morning, guys, and welcome back to Wilbur Hope Adventures. Feeling a bit of sense of deja vu right now, hauling my suitcase, walking back to the bus station in the morning. But today we're heading to get the rental car. Oh, that wind's a bit cold. Unfortunately, my whale watching tour got cancelled due to weather. Weather forecast didn't look that bad as far as I was concerned, but it is what it is. Standing here at the airport. This is the coldest I've been waiting for the shuttle to go get the rental car. Whew, this is the first time I've worn this coat, really. Every other day, even on top of the mountain when the breeze blowing, it was t-shirt mostly, or maybe one layer, but man, this wind is brutal right now. Woo! Apparently we got an upgrade. We got a brand new Ford Kuga to drive around Iceland. This should be fun. And I'm hoping the seats lay flat, because then we maybe sleep in the car rather than pitching the tent every night, which would be nice. So let's get loaded up. Oh, I arrived here just a bit too late. They are closing the area for pollution, so it's not going to be safe up there. The winds have just changed direction. So we're going to head on to, oh, what was the name of it? Let me have a look. Krýsuvíkurkirkja, which I think is one of the black churches around here. So we're going to go check that out, and there's some geothermal areas out there we might stick our feet in, but bit of a shame that we're not going to be able to do this, but that's alright. Alright guys, we've come to our first stop. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad. We've come to Krýsuvíkurkirkja, which is it was a church that was built in 1857, was used as a parish church up until 1929 for a time, and then it was used as a dwelling. So the original church burned down on the 2nd of January, and it was rebuilt in its current form, current location in 2020. So it's now under the protection of the National Museum, but let's go check it out. What's really interesting is these chains holding the church down. You don't really see that anywhere else except in Tornado Alley. Sadly, it doesn't seem we can go inside, but I can't quite tell what's in there. It looks like a few pews. With this wind, I can certainly understand why they cancelled our whale watching tour. It would not have been fun out there. So, and I'm very, very glad today, to be fair, not to be on the trail, because it is cold, breezy, feels like a British winter day, because it's that cold. So I'm very glad I have the car. I gotta say, I'm quite liking this car they gave me. What did I do with the keys? It's really nice to drive. And we're going to check out later and make sure the seat's full flat, because that way I don't have to use a tent. My gosh, that wind is something else. Woo! We're just going to do a quick walk around part of the lake, I think. Gonna get blown away! This is what the Blue Lagoon kind of looks like. We're not going there, but I'm about to lose my hat. If I keep my mouth open, feel like I'm skydiving. Oh. Alright, this is beautiful, but there's not much to it. So this is Seltún geothermal area. I think it's going to be similar to some of the stuff we saw on day one, but I still think it's kind of worth going to check out, see what's here. But especially as, you know, the other two stops are quite short. I kind of want to do something today, you know. When in Iceland, fill 24 hours of daylight. Well, the wind's good for something. It enables us to see what's going on under the steam that's blowing. That's a massive mud pot right there. Very, very active. Bunch of very active little holes here. That's why they don't want you probably walking on the ground, because you just never know when one will pop up. This place is genuinely a bit insane. I mean, we are just surrounded by pure volcanic activity through here. Absolutely incredible. And everywhere you walk, it's slightly different. We've got bubbling mud, we've got steam vents, we've got bubbling water. Wow, I like that. That was really enjoyable. It's only a short walk, very enjoyable. Bit unique. And now we're gonna go, I think we're gonna go find, I think it's pronounced Grænavatn, which is a series of pseudo craters just outside of Reykjavik. And it seems to be recommended for a nice stroll through those pseudo craters. Alright, we've made it to Grænavatn, and we're just going to have a quick explore. It looks beautiful. You don't even, I suddenly saw it off the side of the road. I'm like, oh yeah, that looks like an amazing place to visit. So it's part of a nature reserve that goes way out down that direction. So lots of trails going along down there. But I think we're just going to have a quick wander and see what we can find. But this already looks stunning. Not bad views at all from the top. It's great, this whole place, you can just kind of explore at your will. So a little bit of information about this area, and I'm standing out of the wind right now. So these are pseudo craters, also known as rootless craters, and how they're formed, and the difference between these and proper volcanic craters, there's no magma conduit. They're caused by steam explosions from magma running underneath and coming in contact with a wet surface. So underneath, and there's a pond or something under the surface, and this is where the steam explodes out of the crater. So it differs from a regular magma volcano because there is no magma involved that comes out of it, if that makes sense. So this is one of the better examples. Vatn, which is in the north or in the eastern side of the country, which is also a hot spring, is another great example of a pseudo crater like this. So this is the crater we just climbed and came out of over there. And you can definitely see how much different it is from the surrounding landscape. This has been enjoyable, but we're gonna head here to the Geothermal Park, Hveragerði. And there are the hot springs there, and there's also a campsite. So I think that's where we're gonna head now. I think that something that strikes me about this place and some of the other places we've been is the softness of the flowers, even if they are invasive, and the colour against the harshness of these craters and the brutality that Mother Nature can show, but yet the softness of these beautiful plants, not just the lupin, but the dandelions and the other yellow flowers. It's just such a beautiful contrast to see, you know, something so hard against next to something so soft and delicate. Just gets you to thinking like how much harmony is in nature, but yet we can't get along for some reason. They can get along. Sure, if it erupted, it would kill all the flowers, but that's besides the point, I hope, anyway. But yeah, just such a lovely contrast to see out here. I mean, look at this. All that behind me. Just a shame it's become an invasive species here, because it does look beautiful. So we come to check out Hveragerði Geothermal Park. Hveragerði Geothermal Park. So we're gonna have a quick wander around and then we're gonna head to the campsite. All right, there's something really cool about this place. You can come in, you pay a little bit more and you get some bread, which sounds really strange. But what you do is you can actually boil an egg in here. And so you dunk your egg in there for, I think it's about 9 minutes, and then you take it back in and you get your meal or whatever it is. I think that's kind of a cool experience. You look down there, pretty neat, boiling water. Who needs to cook when you got that right there, right? So that water is the same water as this, and you can see it just bubbling up from the surface right here. I don't actually know where it goes because it's not leaking out. Alright, I'm wondering, can you put your feet in here? There's benches and it looks like you can. Maybe I'll go ask. That'd be quite nice to go put my feet in the hot spring. Let me go check. So yes, you can put your feet in there, but apparently it's not super warm, but that's okay. It'll probably feel good after hiking for the last 5 days. So let's get the shoes off. Alright, not exactly what you'd call warm, but actually that feels really good on my feet. It's definitely not cold, it's definitely not swimming pool temperature either, but it's the kind of thing that just feels really good on your feet, especially with my ankle being as problematic as it is. It's a bit swollen, it's very, very painful. Unfortunately, this is an ankle I rolled a few years back. Nothing exciting about it, I just happened to roll into a hole in a friend's garden. And it's always been a problem ever since, and it's always the one I seem to roll, and it's always the one that causes me pain. As you can see, this ankle is a bit more swollen than that one. So this cold water is going to do them the world of good. Clean feet. Woo! And clap with them. What's interesting about this area is this history of mud baths, Hveragerði mud baths, that have been proven, that started when the Landspítali hospital was in this area and started using these treatments. They found that the mud contained some microorganisms and were very beneficial in the antibacterial for patients. So there was a lot of benefits out of the Hveragerði mud baths, and I'm not quite sure exactly where the mud came from, whether it's just this mud right here or what. So apparently this river actually used to be just a fumarole, so just the steam, and they used to direct the steam into a nearby farm to pasteurize the cheese and the milk for sale. And it was an earthquake that opened this up to become the river that it is. And what we got behind us here is Hveragerði, which is the deepest hot spring in Iceland. And of course, you know, it used to, like Oliver, it used to be full of water until the 2008 earthquake, which stopped, you know, spring water flowing into these two areas. But it's still a vital area for research, and the thermophilic bacteria and microorganisms that live in the water, both of this and that other area and around Iceland in general, are consistently researched, and a huge impact in the research of biotechnology that's going on in Iceland. It's a shame it's no longer full of water, because that would be absolutely lovely to kind of go stick your feet in. Well, that's us done here. We're gonna go head over to the campsite and get set up. Maybe make a meal. Maybe we'll just go find a sandwich somewhere. We'll see. The campground is kind of in the middle of town, and we're all set up to go horseback riding tomorrow, which I'm pretty excited about. So we've made it to our campsite. I'm gonna see if we can make the car, get the seats flat enough to use it rather than putting the tent up, but I do have the tent, obviously. It's a pretty nice spot. We're kind of back in the ways, and I asked specifically for a spot where I could park the car next to where I put the tent. So if we need to put the tent up, we'll put it right here. That's about as flat as we're going to get, but we can try it. So what do we think? Is this going to work? Well, we fit. That's good. I think we can make it work. Yeah, it's on a little bit of an angle, but I think we'll be all right. Well, it's not my usual car camping setup, but it'll do. I'm hoping this will work. We're on a slight slope here. We got all our food right here, suitcases and the backpack is in the front supporting the front bit. Hopefully it works, otherwise we will be using our tent tomorrow night. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway guys, so this is us. We're set up for the night. I think I'm gonna go check out the local brewery. I like checking out local beers. This one sounds pretty good. They've got a flight of beers. So I think we're going to go check that out. I'm going to walk over to that, obviously, so I'm not driving and we're already set up. So I hope you guys enjoyed today. It was not anywhere close to what I wanted it to be, you know, with the whale watching cancelled and then the volcano closed. Our last chance to see that volcano may be Saturday afternoon, before, you know, because they're supposed to decide whether they're going to open it on Saturday at 9 AM. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, yeah, we may not get to see it, which would be a massive letdown, honestly. Yeah, and same with the whale watching tour. But horseback riding tomorrow, 9 AM. Yeah, it could be interesting filming that. I've not filmed from horseback before, so. But I'm gonna let you guys go. I will see you guys in the next video. So take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, and thanks for watching.